And I get off the phone and say, all right, let's go. What do you mean, let's go? Oh, let's go, man. Let's go. I got a spot for you. Well, you know, Mr. Williams, is it possible I can go Monday? I'll be ready to go by Monday. I said, no, it's not like that. It's a one-time deal.
Right.
It's right now. We don't know what the bid census is going to be on Monday.
Right.
And so that's usually the response you'll get from people who are real emotional. What I see when people come to me and they're really ready for change, there's not going to be all that emotion. There ain't going to be all that crying and boo-hooing and screaming. They're going to have a determined look on their face. And that look's going to say, I'm fed up with myself. I'm fed up with what I'm doing to myself. I'm fed up with the results that I'm getting from my choices. Because when you have to keep saying to yourself, how the fuck did I get here again? See, it's one thing to say, how did I get here? God do any of us. Oh my God, how did I get here? But when my narrative is, how did I get here again and again and again? That means I'm not paying any attention to the data that's coming back to me about myself.
Right.
I'm not making no course corrections. Right? It's like I'm driving, I keep getting lost, going to the same place every day. At some point, I should be able to make a course correction. Oh no, it's not a left, it's a right this time.
Right.
They're not even doing that.
And I think that's the kind of like what the brother saying this earlier. We don't ask people, what got you here? What got you to walk into the door? What brought you here today? And like when I worked at the engagement center with the young people, I be telling them like, yo, bro, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm just hanging out. So you come here every day when there's resources downstairs, it's all this, and you come here to play dominoes. What's the motivation? And some of them used to get mad at me, like, whoa.
They get mad at you because you're not the model of a case manager or a social worker they're used to. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of the social workers that I've had the fortune or misfortune to work with, they believe that people need more love, they need more attention, and just need more outpouring compassion toward them. And I get that. But you have to know when to switch tactics. Mm-hmm. You know, if it's not bearing good fruit, then you need to switch up and go in your toolbox and come out with someone else. This compassionate and loving effect may work on this person, but if it's proven through results not to be working on this person, then it's incumbent upon you to switch tactics.
Exactly. And what you just said, the two words I hate, and I say I hate, when they talking about counseling, we gotta use empathy and sympathy. Fuck that.
You talking about motivational interviewing and all that other shit, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I tell people when they say, well, damn, Mr. Williams, you think you're better than us. Oh, I said, no, I'm not better than you. I'm doing better than you. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. And if I start to do the things you're doing, I'll be right back here with you. Yeah. I'm doing better than you because I've learned to stop doing some things. I don't go in stores and steal no more. I don't go out with people's wives anymore. You know, mm-hmm. I don't put stuff in my system anymore. Yeah. Because I'm accountable for that. I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for those behaviors that bring some unpleasantness to my life. And everyone else out here that I see, not everyone, but the majority of people I see, especially young people, it's almost like something bad luck fell out the sky and hit them. In Oakland, they're walking down amazing. Bad luck comes out of the sky and lands on them. And so, conversely, they feel the same about good luck. There's no good luck. There's no luck. What people are calling luck is opportunity and preparation meet. That's what people are incorrectly calling good luck. Yeah. Because if there's bad luck, then it's got to be good luck, and they got to find a reason to say, I'm having bad luck. Right. Bad luck is the result of your choices. I agree. They want to say, I got pulled over and I went to jail. They don't want to say I had 2 warrants that I never took care of, or fines I never paid.
I had a situation like that last year. What I was telling people, they was like, damn, it kind of sucks. And I was like, no, I broke the law.
How's that bad luck? In a situation like that, not to experience that again, Next time I get a ticket, I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna pay that joint.
Hey,
Or I'm gonna go to court and make arrangements to pay it, or roll the dice and see if I get not guilty on it. But I'm certainly not going to put it on my desk or throw it in the trash,
right.
like young people do. That's what I used to do when I was young. I get tickets, I tear them up in front of the police officer, right?
You get that what they call it, when you don't pay the civil assessment, that $300.
And in the District of Columbia, the ticket doubles after 30 days. And now all the tickets are $100. Very few tickets in the District of Columbia are under 50. But what I'm talking about is, again, let's go back. At what point am I responsible for my outcome? We live in a time that we explain away people's failures, people's inability to get traction on issues, and take advantage of opportunities too. They just can't. Or because this happened to them. The real fancy word now is trauma.
Oh.
Trauma informed this, trauma this, trauma that. Well, you know, every human being out here has trauma. It's just some people learn to not to use trauma as an excuse and use it as a motivating factor to keep going. Everybody's had traumatic experiences. So I can't just claim it for me and say, this is the reason why I'm not.
Right.
Now I get it. Same thing with anxiety now.
No, yeah.
I'm 73 years old, and I've never seen so many people so full of anxiety. Young people.
Young people. I think they're being indoctrinated.
It is.
Because
they are.
At my previous job, we was training peer counselors, and I had to tell them all the time, like, yo, chill with that, step back, or, oh, I'm having anxiety, but you can express it. So clearly, you ain't that anxious. I say you're just unprepared.
It's the diagnosis de jour.
Yeah.
Let's put a little French in there, right? It's the diagnosis de jour because they know they'll get no pushback from the current lineup of people working in this field. They're more apt to support them on that crap. And as somebody who's more seasoned, he may be under pressure to recognize that because of his works around it. Okay? So that's where we are today. There's so many things now, it's not a person's fault.
Right.
So it's a catch-22. It is a catch-22. But I believe I'm responsible. If it's to be, it's up to me. And if there's anybody to blame, it's probably me.
I agree.
Even with the systems being so messed up, maybe that's why we shouldn't be relying on the system. We should be relying on self. You know, at one point when African Americans and Black Americans were still in a more agrarian setting. See, this Oakland, LA, most of the people come from Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, just came on up through Highway 10. Or the ones from Chicago came across 80 to Northern California. And the ones in Chicago came up from Mississippi, Arkansas. The ones on the East Coast, New York, all that, came up from Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Philly, New York, and Boston.
The Great Migration.
When we were a more agrarian society, where everybody was still at home on the farm, and there was this layer of supervision for everybody. There was Big Mama, Big Grandpapa, your grandparents, your parents, your older siblings, older cousins, uncles and aunts, and you. Now, there's absolutely nobody holding anybody accountable. Nope. By that I mean, we're in this space where our people who should be guiding our young people, who could have some effect on some of these outcomes that they're experiencing, are too busy trying to be as hip, slick, and cool as the young people themselves. See, when I have a son, when I'm asking my son, can I wear that sweatsuit?
Yeah.
Let me wear them kicks, man.
Yeah.
Or when my daughter and I'm a woman, and me and my daughter are gonna get our hair done together, or we're going to hang out together, and I'm telling everybody, my daughter's just like my best friend.
Right.
How am I gonna parent her?
You're not.
And plus, son or daughter, they're not seeing a delineation between the generations. If I'm wearing the same thing my father, where's my thing of, I can't wait to grow up so I can look like this or do this? That's all gone now. You are subject to see, in D.C. as well as Oakland, 2 65-year-old guys sitting at a light in a Cadillac with their head bobbing, listening to Tupac.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Or 2 65-year-old guys coming out of Foot Locker with multiple Nike bags and Adidas bags.
And a baseball cap.
With sneakers. Turn around backwards. Baseball cap, turn around backwards. I used to tell my clients all the time, why's your hat turn around backwards? They couldn't tell me. I said, which direction you going in? Because your hat's saying you're going that way.
Right.
And it has something to do without thinking. If my hat's turned around this way, what's the point? A baseball cap is designed to keep the sun to shade your eyes. So when you look up for the foul ball, you don't lose it in the sun.
Right.
That's what a baseball cap is designed for. It's also designed to shade your eyes when you're outside. But if it's turned around backwards,
what's the point?
What's its function? Other than this is what everybody's doing. And so the younger people I find, that nitwit thing is so powerful. How can I demonstrate that? If you're old enough to remember, there was a time when the trend was to wear one sweatpant leg rolled up.
I remember that, yeah.
One leg rolled up.
Yeah. Why?
One leg rolled up. And you look around the country, I don't care if you're talking about San Antonio, Milwaukee, D.C. or Boston, or Miami, knuckleheads walking around with one pants leg rolled up. So, we're not real independent thinkers. You know, we're follow the crowd kind of people. And so our young people are simply following the crowd. Everybody else is doing it, I'm doing it. And so, if everybody else is blaming, then I'm blaming too.
Right.
And I'm a single mom. That's the one that gets me. I come from a single parent family. There are many accomplished people in this world who come from single family parents. You know, the guy we were talking about earlier today, I usually point out to young black people, Barack Obama only saw his father twice. Single parent family. Okay? So that's an explanation, but it's not an excuse.
Right.
It's a difference between an explanation and an excuse. The explanation says, this is why it's been more difficult for me. This is why it's been harder for me. This is why it's taken me longer.
Right.
So you're talking to somebody who took 7 years to get out of undergrad. So I get it, right? That's explanation.
Right.
Not excuse to quit.
Exactly. And I had a battle. I had a battle with my old manager. He's a clinician because he fucked up on the job, and he was using an excuse, and he trying to tell me email, it's an explanation. I'm like, no, bro, that's an excuse. Because if you want to explain the reasoning, you explain this is what happened, this is what's gonna happen in the future. But you making excuses for why something didn't go this certain way.
Excuse, I want to get out of jail free card. I want you to just give me this one. A mulligan, as the golfers say. Right? Explanation, willing to take responsibility, but I need you to know this is how it happened.
Right.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Because you blaming me, that sounds like an excuse.
Or the system, or get this, the white man. Or the white man.
That's the main one, the white man.
No, I understand. Hey, the white man does have blame coming.
Right.
But even so, I still got to do what I got to do.
Right.
I got to do what I got to do in spite of the white man. That's what makes us stronger, and that what gives us the resiliency and the ability to be real resourceful that most of us don't even recognize yet. Because our whole existence in America, we've had to adjust.
Yeah.
We've had to adjust. You know what my mother used to say? Well, black man got to be twice as smart, work twice as hard. That's no lie. That's no lie.
And that's why I'm all about working together with brothers at this point.
Work smart, not hard.
Exactly.
And if we work collectively, we don't have to work as hard.
Exactly. And we all producing for each other. So it's a group benefit, and I agree fully again.
And you know, in our field, it's just that we have so many. You used the word earlier in our conversation. I don't know if it was on tape about liberals.
Oh yeah, liberals.
And I feel that liberal thinking, if not liberals themselves, that is now permeating through our field.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Is why we're in trouble.